Welcome to the House Wolves podcast. I'm excited for this guest today, Julia Major. She is a dog handler and dog trainer. She owns Full of Beans Dog Training, and she is here to share um, the story of her dogs, how she got into this, and how one dog in particular really changed her life. And before we get started, there is a relation. So we have the same last name because Julia is married to my cousin. So that is how we met. And it just turned out we had a lot in common. Welcome, Julia.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Really happy to be here. I'm excited to talk to you about all the things.
Me too.
And yeah, especially that first dog.
Yes. Yes. So Julia and Daniel made a little trip out. They're in Manitoba. So they made a trip out to the coast to BC where I am. And we had a little visit. And at the same time, I was living on a property with a commercial kennel with someone who was breeding shepherds. And there was the cutest little shepherd with really monstrously big ears. I called him Big Ears. And now you already had dogs. You had
Yes.
two, one or two?
Two,
Two. You had
two.
two.
Rookie
So
numbers.
yeah, and I don't know, I decided well, in my life, everyone should have a dog, so I'm always trying to give people dogs, but I just thought Big Ears was the perfect dog for you guys. I'm not quite sure how I convinced you because this was, like, 7 years ago.
Yes. Yes. It feels like forever ago. So pre-COVID.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And yeah, um, Dan and I, so my husband Dan, when we got together, we knew that we were going to have dogs at some point. And I wanted purebred German Shepherd because that's what I grew up with, purebred German Shepherds. And he wanted to support rescue. And I was like, okay, but can it be a German Shepherd rescue? Right? Let's compromise a bit.
Compromise.
Right. So we got the least shepherdy shepherd rescue, a husky mix. I think he has some Kelpie in him.
Mm,
A, because of how he looks, but also the way that he acts, like his behavior, everything. And then we got another dog for our first dog, and still not a purebred shepherd. So for me, when I heard you say that, oh, hey, there's a litter of puppies, there was no convincing. That was it.
yes.
I
Yeah, that
remember,
part's pretty easy.
yeah, I remember Dan sitting at the dining room table because we were having dinner with your parents.
Yes.
And he put his face in his hands, and he knew.
You're going home with a shepherd, and they made
Yes,
a big trip back. Did you guys drive back or fly him back?
we flew.
You flew back. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah, we took the ferry from Vancouver
Yeah.
to, Swartz Bay by Victoria because my
Mhm.
parents are on the island,
Yes, that's right.
and they were so excited about the puppy, of course. They were like, "Oh, it's a real shepherd." So, they got to play with the puppy for a week when we stayed with them and spoil him rotten. He was perfect, honestly.
You have he is the best trained dog, like, you have turned him into such a nice little shepherd. He
Thank
still
you.
has his big ears. He's so adorable.
Yes, he does. He's so one of the things that we made sure when we got him was, okay, this is a shepherd from a breeder and he has really nice lineage. He has a good pedigree. We want to actually provide the right lifestyle for him. Now, I was working corporate at the time. I was a web application penetration tester or ethical hacker. And that's a very office lifestyle. But then when we were visiting you, I remember you showed us some IGP with one of your previous dogs. And I fell in love with it. I was like, holy moly, look at that healing. It was so beautiful.
I love turning pet people into sport people.
Yep.
My other
Yep.
thing and you well, you had a little bit of because you were volunteering for Manitoba Shepherd Rescue at the time, right?
Yes,
So
I
you were
was.
doing a little bit of that as well, some
I
yeah,
was.
yeah.
Yeah, I was, so I was moonlighting as a dog trainer. And I'm a nerd. So when I love a topic, I get right into it. I just do a deep dive. So I started taking lessons and I had a really good mentor. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. This helps to change lives,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Good dog training changes the lives of the people who have the dogs.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, I was volunteering. I was doing some behavioral stuff for them. And it was, it's a very different show than sport world.
Mhm. Yes.
It's still dogs.
Yes. And doing the rescue, getting experience with so many different types of dogs teaches you so much.
Yes. Oh God, yes, it does. And different types of people.
Mhm.
Because really, I can't say a dog is a dog is a dog. That's not true because all breeds have their own characteristics and quirks. But it's the people coaching
Mhm.
that really, like, you have to know how to help a person understand these concepts
Definitely.
that are, for us, it's easy for us to get into dog lingo, right? The four quadrants and what's negative reinforcement and all that kind of stuff. But for pet people, it's the same as talking technology to somebody who just wants to know how to use their phone.
Yeah.
And you're going into like, oh, this is how this software is built, and these are the security holes. Nobody cares.
Uh, and you have to really enjoy, like, transforming the person because that's mostly what you're doing is training
Yes.
the person. The dog caught on, like, 3 lessons ago, and you're still trying
Yeah.
to tell the person, like, "No, no, no, no."
Yeah.
So you have to really enjoy that, I think, to make a career out of it anyway.
That's true. Yes. Like you didn't start in dog training either, from
I
what
was an
I.
office girl too.
Yep.
So, going crazy in the office. And we well, while we just touched on Manitoba Rescue, Julia did return the favor to me because I gave her big ears, but she gave me the dog that you guys all know as Remington, Remy for short, who does sport detection, is from Julia from Manitoba Rescue. So we each gave each other a dog. Here's a project.
Yes.
Here you go. So, okay, so you were in the office.
Yes.
You named him Chino, the
We
shepherd.
named we named him Cappuccino. So we had a theme. We had a theme for our dog names. Our first one was Java, and he was named by the rescue.
Mm,
The second dog was Mocha
mhm.
because we were like, okay, well, if it's Java, we're going to go with coffee names. So
Yeah,
Mocha. And then there's this surprise vacation puppy. And we're like, shoot, what are we going to name him? So we named him Cappuccino, short Chino.
yeah, I like that.
Yes.
So, you got him back home, and then
Yes.
how did this journey all continue?
We started on as much of the right stuff as possible. So I remember back then, and you used to do raw food. So we heard about raw food from you, and we are like, yeah, we were like, okay, we got to get this guy on raw food. We got to find a proper brand for that. And then we were like, Schutzhund. Is there Schutzhund in Manitoba?
Mhm.
Yes, there is. So we got in touch with the Manitoba Working Dog Club and they welcomed us with our new shepherd puppy. We went to a club day. I think this was a couple of weeks after getting Chino. And that was the beginning of it all for me. I was hooked. I was watching videos, I was watching YouTubes, I was looking at online courses, and it was just, it felt like there was a fire relit in my soul
Aw,
that had been out because The Office absolutely crushes you.
I hear you on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was life-changing for me, really, to have Cappuccino. And in time, after I think how many years? So we got him from you in 2019. In 2020, I changed jobs to a new company, still doing the same thing. And then in 2023, I got my first Malinois and I quit my job to do dog training full time and to do
Love
sport
that.
full time. Mhm.
And because did she know because I like, he was not full working line because, I mean, I didn't know that that was the route you were gonna go.
I
It's a
didn't
good
either.
yeah, it's a good I mean, he had enough that you can definitely get experience in it and practice handling. Did he go as far as his BH, or did you not get that far with him?
No, we didn't get that far. We did a lot of work with him.
Mhm,
Unfortunately, he has a very specific style in his protection.
mm,
So he is very, sorry for the nerdiness, he is very defense drive,
mhm,
less prey
mhm.
drive.
Yeah,
So we didn't have the experience here
mhm,
available to us to
yeah,
really be able to like train that and keep going.
yeah,
I did, however, get his canine good neighbor. So
good.
he has, yeah, he's got his CKCCGN, and he is a perfect dog. He
Aw,
really is.
I'm so happy for him and you guys.
Same, like, I'm so grateful that you brought him into our lives and that it connected us. He's my training aid. So
Mm,
anytime I work
mhm,
with
yeah.
reactive or aggressive dogs, he's the one I bring with me because he doesn't
That's
care.
awesome. That was my Zulu girl, and it's so
Yeah,
special to have a dog like that for training
it
clients
is.
because
It
they
is.
are teaching them. It
Yeah,
gives them an opportunity to practice around a dog that's stable and get their confidence up. It's and it's so hard to get a dog like that, that you can put in those situations, and they're like, "Okay."
absolutely. It's incredibly difficult. It's not something that can be taught.
No.
If
No.
you need to teach a dog to be neutral, it's not naturally neutral.
Yeah.
And Cappuccino was neutral from the start with dogs,
That's
like
wonderful.
completely. Look, it's a dog going off. Whatever. What's in the
Yeah.
grass? I love to track.
That is so awesome and
Yeah.
special. Yeah,
Hmm.
just like Zulu, that's just like how she was. Hard to I can't replace that dog, it's like irreplaceable trait.
Was she from the same breeder?
Yep, she was. So they had, on the sire side, they would have been related, but not on the mom side, but just on the sire side. Yeah,
Right. It's
so
that
so then
pedigree.
so you loved so you got into Mal's because you loved the sport. Is that sort of what led
Yes.
you to Mal's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I started seeing Nels. Well, I mean, I saw the first time that I really was like, oh, taken with a dog was, or at least in that side of things, was when I
Mhm.
saw John Wick and Haley Berry with the Mals.
Okay, but most people do not run out and get one for that reason.
Yeah.
I already sort of knew what she was doing, so
Yes, and honestly, reading about the story of how she worked so closely with the
Mm,
trainers
mhm.
and how many dogs there actually were that they used,
Oh,
it
I've
wasn't just the 2, there were multiple dogs.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was for me, that was, like, my shining moment of, "I want a dog like that.
Mhm.
I want a dog that is
Just wants to work. Work, work, work.
wants to work and is sharp."
Yeah,
And loves the work. And at that point, I had already been seeing Mal's on the field.
mhm, mhm,
So there was a handler in the club at the time who also had a Mal.
mhm,
Um, I think he's got his 2 now, IGP2, which
mhm.
is really cool. But yeah, I was like, oh, this is a gorgeous dog. And look at the dog really work on the sleeve and work with the handler and just how
Yeah,
precise they are.
eager to
S
please, the handler, very
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
If trained well,
Yeah.
obviously. And then I started seeing videos of French ring and
Mm,
Mondio
mhm,
ring,
mhm,
where they
yes.
have the suits instead of the sleeves and the mouths. And I was like, "Oh." So I
I
did my
I
Go
actually
ahead.
used to train French when I had Jacks and started in the protection sport world. The person I trained with did French ring with his Mal, and then I used to handle his Mal and because 'cause he'd wear the suit, just 'cause
Yeah.
it's the 2 of us training, so I got exposed to French ring. It's a very cool sport.
It is.
Yeah.
It's different. It's amazing. It needs the right type of dog.
Yeah.
It really does. Not even all males are cut out for it because of the lines, right? There's the pedigree splits of IGP males versus ring males. This could be a whole other episode in and of itself. But yeah, I spent a long time researching breeders and connecting with breeders. So for me, that was really important was getting the right type of dog, not just for sports, but also for
Mhm.
me.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because I knew when you get your first mal, it's going to be exponentially harder than anything anybody has told you about,
Yeah.
potentially. So
Yeah.
you really got to know what you're getting yourself into and have the support of the breeder.
Mhm. Mhm. So that was your 4th dog,
Fifth.
right? 5th.
Fifth. So between Cappuccino and Azula,
Is there another?
there's another in there, yes. Between Cappuccino and Azula, there was Yoda, and still
Oh,
is Yoda,
oh,
right?
okay, okay.
He's sleeping
He's
somewhere here.
sleeping. What is he?
So he is a mostly feral rescue
Oh,
from
okay.
up in Fisher River. And because I was still the behaviorist at the time for Manitoba Shepherd Rescue, I was the last stop for who wants to foster this dog
Yeah.
that is intact, looks feral, looks mangy, and just like he looked so he looked scary, but he
Oh,
has turned out to be one of the best dogs I've ever
oh,
had. He is so easy. God,
that's
Melissa,
wonderful.
he's easy. I can clip his nails, no problem. He will lie down and let me clip his
Wow.
nails. Where when we first got him, he was so shut down
Yeah.
because doesn't know people, doesn't know crates, doesn't know what a collar is, doesn't know what a leash is, just so shut down. And we saw these ticks in his ears and
Mm.
like this huge tick. And I'm
Oh,
looking at Dan going, this is our first night with this dog. We don't know,
yeah,
but we need to get this thing out of him. Like, this
that's
is,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh,
And I was like, okay, I'm going to hold him. You do your best. And he just lay there and let Dan take the tick out. He didn't snap. He has never snapped at us. He has never growled at us. He has never in any way shown displeasure towards us. And he's amazing with puppies,
oh. I bet
just
he
like
loves
Chino.
being in a pack because I find dogs are so social, and then a dog like that, kinda like when I brought in Farley, like, they just thrive being in a pack because they know where they are, they know their little place, and they just like, they love it.
Well, Cappuccino and Yoda are very bonded.
Oh, that's
They
so
will,
sweet.
they sleep together. They
Oh,
will like snuggle into one bed together. Anytime that Cappuccino goes out of a room, Yoda goes with him.
oh, that is so
When it's just it's so adorable and so sweet.
you're like me, and this is a whole nother podcast, so we won't get into it, but I love that you, like, have a place for rescues, and then you have a place for your bred working dogs. I love that. I'm pro both, because it's about selecting the right dog for you. So, there's a place for both, and I love that you do the same thing. But that is a whole nother podcast because that's
Yes, it is.
something to argue about and about how dogs changed your life, so
Yeah, one of the biggest things actually, it does tie into that,
Mhm,
used to be I after we started rescuing, I
mhm,
used to be adopt, don't shop.
mhm, mhm. I was too many years ago. Yeah.
Mhm. And then I started learning more, and I started going, "Oh, dogs that work,
Mhm,
dogs that have actual jobs."
mhm.
So, search and rescue dogs, dogs that do human remains detection, dogs that work for law enforcement, military. You can't usually
Yeah.
usually,
There's
you
exceptions,
can't
but usually, yeah.
yeah, you can't take a rescue and go, "Okay, cool, we're gonna put you in a helicopter and" right?
Exactly. You need confidence, and they need to be able to handle pressure, and they need certain drives, and most rescue dogs aren't gonna have that.
Yes. Yeah, because well-bred dogs tend to not end up in rescue.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of males in rescue. There's a lot of males in rescue. There's a lot of shepherds,
Yeah.
as we both know, right? And sometimes you luck out, like you
Yeah,
did
of
with
course.
Remy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
Mm.
working lines
Yes.
100%. But he's a handful in other ways, but he's here trying to pester in and get, "Oh,
Oh,
there you are."
oh, baby.
He's definitely working lines, but he's a handful in other ways, like, he's yeah.
Well, working lines usually are, I
Yeah,
find. Like,
he's funny. He's just very he's a one-person dog, like, he loves his handler, and everybody else, he figures, "We don't need you on this earth." But he's an excellent worker, and he's an excellent, like, one-person companion.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
very good
really
work
good.
ethic, loves to work. Yeah,
And
he
you
could have
do.
probably like, had I gotten him younger, I could have done more serious sport with him, but we're doing sport detection, and it brings out the best in him. So but if I had raised him from a puppy, I think I probably could have done a lot more with him because I just think he had a very strange beginning.
Yes.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, we don't know much about it.
exactly.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's a big thing about rescue dogs is you don't know. You don't know typically where they're from, what the breed was, like any of that, what their handling was, what their foundations were.
Yeah.
Um, so for me, that was a big shift ethically from
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
I don't want to contribute to overpopulation
Mhm.
by I'm adopting. This is good. But then I now also understand and I want to support ethical
Mhm.
preservation breeders.
Mhm.
So, breeders that will always take their dogs back no matter what, breeders that look at their health, do health testing, actually do health testing. Amazing.
Yeah,
Things I didn't know before, right?
exactly.
Um, and it really has propelled me in a whole different direction.
Mhm.
It's been honestly, my mental health has really improved since I quit my job,
Mm.
since I started to really dig into sport and health and conditioning and fitness of dogs. And then, of course, the early 6 a.m. is when I'm out on the field tracking,
Mhm.
which I used to get up for work because it was remote. I was lucky. I used to get up like 30 minutes before I had to show up for my
Yeah.
morning meetings. It was awesome. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll sleep until 8:30 today, right? And then I had to suddenly go, oh, the field is an hour outside of the city. I'm getting up at 5.
Mhm. That's dedication.
Yeah. No, it's I don't know, there's just something about finding your niche.
Mhm.
And for me, I can't see myself going back. I
No,
used to make a
sure.
lot of money.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Right?
Yeah. You
You
have to
know?
for the love of it, definitely. Well,
Yeah,
and dogs are costly too, so most trainers, you end up having a lot of dogs, and then
yes,
it's very costly, but everything I mean, doing sport, just all that time you put into them, I don't know, they just give you so much back.
they do.
And then they force you to sort of I mean, it helps your confidence, like, it helped my confidence doing dogs, and it just pushes you to be consistent because if you're not consistent, they're like, "What the heck?"
Yes. Oh, dogs are I don't like humanizing dogs, but at the same time, dogs are amazing therapists because
Yeah.
they don't lie.
Yeah.
The dog in front of you isn't going to lie and make you feel better by going, "Oh, you know what? Mom seems a little off today. I'm just gonna do the healing extra nice for her." No. No, God, no. She's like my Mel that I do IGP with, she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you're feeling off?
Let's
Let's go.
let's really mess things up today.
Yeah, it's, oh, no, they keep you in check.
They do. They
Yeah.
totally do. And this is an aside, I think it relates. I was tracking a lot with Remy and Sky before we came up for Christmas to my parents, and they were doing awesome, and I'm like, I'm trying because it's all about how you lay the track, like, it's all the track layer, it's all the
Yes.
handling, like, they're just sniffing, they know what to do. So I was really, like, trying to plan out how I'm gonna do this. I was so excited and they were doing great, and then the last 2 tracks before we left were so horrible. But I'm like, it's totally a reflection, I'm sure, of like, I must have screwed up on the tracks. I don't know what I did. And then it was unfortunate because that was our last track before we came. But it just goes to show like it's not a linear thing. Like you go up and down, you have good days, you have bad days. It's like self-reflection on like, why did I do that? Like why did I tell the dog down instead of zoo? Like you just it's the handling part is so difficult, and then when you're training by yourself too, it's difficult, so it's nice when I have videos because I can flip back and watch because I do things I don't know I'm doing, but it is such a journey. It's like therapy, but it is. It's such a great journey of, like, self-reflection and trying to be better and for them,
Yeah,
it's, hard to
because
explain, but
I get it. I get it, and it is hard to explain. It's you owe this creature the life that you envisioned with them
yeah.
when you first got them. So when I mean, when I got Cappuccino, I did not envision sport from the like I kind of did, but I didn't. I was like, "Oh, this is really cool," right? With the
Yeah,
healing that you
yeah,
were doing and you were showing us the stuff. I don't know if it was with Hunter or
prob
Jax.
probably Hunter, that's
Yeah,
probably Hunter, yeah.
I think so. Um, I was like, "Oh, this is cool," but I didn't know what it would entail.
Mhm,
So I
mhm,
was like, "Okay, we're gonna have active
mhm.
lifestyle. This is
Yeah,
gonna be fine." Um, but when I got Azula, I already knew, okay, we're gonna do so we started in French ring. Um, we're gonna do French ring. We're gonna do like training every week, multiple times a week. This is gonna be awesome. And I owe her that for the rest of her life, right? I want for her to have an amazing life. So I have to be accountable to
yeah,
myself and to my dog and to actually, get over it, get up at 5
but
and go out
when
there.
you're not feeling well, they're still like, "Hey, let's
Yes,
go."
absolutely. When I'm not feeling well, we do dumbbell retrieves. When I'm not feeling well, we do article indication in the living room.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
things we can work on, but yeah, I didn't used to be as active as I am. So that's a huge change. That's been amazing for me is just the improvement in my lifestyle, doing things for myself that I never would have before. So I broke my foot this year in
Oh, no.
April. Yep, I fractured one of the bones in my foot, so
Mhm.
just on the outside of it.
Mm.
And I did that when laying a track. So,
Oh,
honestly done. Luckily, my training
no.
partner was there, and he was like, "Oh, shit." So
Oh, no.
he helped me off the field back to the truck.
Yeah,
And then my husband came to the rescue, which was good.
yeah.
But I broke my foot, and I had already planned to go to a seminar in, Oxford, Ontario because, Klaus Jürgen Früh, I think is his name. He's from Germany. He's a DV judge, and he's on the FCI board for working dogs, and it's just he was in Ontario to do a seminar, and I was lucky enough to get a spot. So April broke my foot.
Oh,
May had to drive 3 days.
You still went with the
Oh,
broken.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I worked with my physiotherapist.
Oh my god.
So, before this, I never would have even thought of going, "Okay, I broke a bone, I gotta go see my physiotherapist to, like, really work on recovery
Yeah.
and get myself sport ready again." And it's a whole different way of looking at yourself,
Mhm,
really,
mhm,
because if you don't care for yourself and your own body and your own mind, you can't do them justice.
totally.
Yeah.
And they're just so big and active. Like, Skye's 84 pounds, which is really big for a female shepherd, and she's a lot of muscle, like, a lot of muscle. And I literally every time I lift weights, I'm like, "I'm only lifting weights because I have a 84-pound shepherd."
Yes.
And she's sweet, but they're just unless you're doing this kinda stuff, like, they're just physical. They're big and they're physical. Like, I've chipped my teeth, like, you get lots of bruises, you get like, you had a broken bone, like, it is not for the faint of heart. Like, you're getting injured.
Yep, absolutely, and you have to be okay with that,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
Because there's so many things you have to be okay with. There's
Yeah.
the physicality of it. There's getting like yesterday, one of my other Malinois, nicked my chin with his teeth by accident.
Yeah, oh, totally.
And we were playing, he was jumping up and he loves to give kisses, you know. So I'm like, oh, there's a bit of a welt. Promise it's not domestic violence, right? I've actually had to say that to my doctors because I come
Really?
in. Oh gosh, yeah, I come
Oh
in
my
the
gosh, poor
summers.
dad.
I do some decoying as well. I wear the suit, I wear the
Awesome.
sleeve.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and I come in the summers and I'm just like covered in bruises, and they're like, "Are you, ma'am? Are you
Are
okay?"
you
I'm like, "Yeah,
okay?
no, I'm fine. This is my dogs, and they're okay. They're trained."
The doctor once because Jax hit me so hard in the jaw.
Oh
So I
no.
could, like, barely open my mouth, and I'm telling the doctor, and he looks at it, it was fine, but he's like, "Do you know whose dog this is?" I'm like, "It was my dog," and he's like, "What?" The confusion was I'm like, "Duh, it's my dog."
Yep.
People think it like, they don't understand.
No, no, they don't. Azula bit the tip of my finger off this summer, so I went into the ER because there was like a flap of skin hanging off my
Yeah.
fingertip. I was decoying for her, so I was doing the helper work
Yeah.
with a combi sleeve.
Mm.
So she had access to the end, and I wasn't holding my hand proper. And I felt the pinch
Oh my
and outed her, but it was already too late. And I'm like, "Yeah, good girl, lie down, you're a good girl, well done. Dad, I need to go to the hospital." But you can't
god.
do anything. Like, you can't get angry at your dog, and I didn't even get angry because
No.
it's like, "Yeah, no shit, I asked her to bite, it's fine." But,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, yeah.
It's
Are
fine.
you you're still doing IGP as well, right?
Not I wouldn't say actively, just because I'm really focusing on CKC obedience with Skye and with my nerves at trial, but I definitely would like to do, like, just her obedience and tracking portion at the level
Yeah.
1. She has her BH, but I would like to
Nice.
get back to that, but she's only 4. She's already 4 and yet only 4. Like,
She's
she's mature
only 4.
nice now, and she's really just getting into her prime, so I figure there's a certain level of obedience I want her to get to, but then she loves the other dog sports so much, I'll probably focus more on the tracking and the scent and that kinda stuff, but I make deals with my dogs. I'm like, "Okay, I know obedience is your least favorite, but we're gonna achieve this, and then you're good."
Yeah.
She wants to just do the fun stuff, it's like a party. She wants to party. She wants to, like, barn hunt and find rats and things, she's hilarious.
Nice. Nice.
But obedience is important to me. Like, the thing about obedience is for any of the dog sports, I feel like you still need a level of obedience to really succeed and do well, because if you can't control your dog in barn hunt, it's just it's not gonna be enjoyable.
Gosh, no. No. Those poor
It's not gonna
rats.
be successful, exactly. So, I like doing the obedience with all my dogs, and then, obviously, like, I like doing the sports where it's just so natural, where their instincts are just they're doing the work and you're kind of, you're just in the background, but Obedience will always be important to me. It's like, I love it, but it's challenging.
I agree.
So challenging.
Yes. It it really tests your patience, I
Mhm.
find.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has that so for yourself, I'm curious because the topic of the day is how dogs have changed your life. How have you found your growth since you got into this crazy world of
Oh my
dogs
goodness.
and sports?
I mean, Jax changed me so much. I mean, I was a terrible handler, like, terrible, but I was a cat person, and I was also positive only and worked at a humane society. So, I was like, "Cookies, cookies," and that was it. Like, I was such a bad handler, and then I've just gone through waves of, like, so many different styles, and now I feel like I have my own style, but it took a long time and training a lot of different dogs and working with a lot of different trainers to kinda go from one side to the next side, and now I just have my nice little place in the middle, which is a nice feeling when you kinda feel like you really have your own sort of style and way.
Yes. It's I I can empathize with that so much. I've
Mhm.
gone through a very similar journey, positive only to start, which is great in some ways.
Totally.
And most of the training I do is
That's
reinforcement
the
based.
thing. The majority is.
Yeah. But then you get the dog or the dogs that just there's only so far you can take them. And outside of
Yeah,
that, it's all management. And I
yeah.
don't want to live a life where my dog's world is constrained to four walls, you
Well,
know?
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, the amount that Remington now is able to partake and come out with me and other dogs and enjoy walks and do and I think he's only gonna get better, but even to do sports, like, almost many of my dogs I've owned, not all, but many have had a bite history, like, quite a bite history, some of them more extreme than others. Farley had an extreme bite history, and, like, you cannot fix that with cookies. You just can't, and not live safely.
Yeah. No.
And then the thing is they like you say, like, you can't just keep them living in this little box in your house, like, you want them to go out and have a normal life, so you have to work through that, and that's the part that people are missing. Unfortunately, most a lot of pet people that are struggling, they're missing that portion.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
it's not
it's
easy, and nobody wants to correct those behaviors. I don't even wanna do it. Like, I just picked up a new rescue, and there's she was like a puppy, nobody really had she seems like a blank slate, but she has, like, a lot of puppy behaviors, like mouthing that at a year and 9 months, nobody ever taught her or fixed. So it's like, you have to fix those things. I can't have, like, a two-year-old dog biting because she thinks she's still 16 weeks old. But nobody wants to do that. Of course, it's funner to be like, "Sit, here's a cookie."
yeah, but it's I find it necessary in order to be able to trust the dog.
Mhm.
Like, trust goes both ways.
Yes,
The dog has to trust you, and then you have to trust the dog.
exactly.
And if the dog is showing behaviors that are untrustworthy, it's like having a recall that's like, "Oh, 9 out of 10 times my dog listens and comes back." That's not a perfect recall.
Yeah,
That 1 time out of 10, what's gonna happen, right?
yeah,
So, yeah, I can understand that for
yeah.
sure with dogs that are more serious,
Well, that's
right?
the thing. If you have a more serious dog, like working like, I mean, Kelpies, cattle dogs, Shepherds, Malinois, all these Rottweilers, dogs that are more serious, it's just more important because when stuff goes sideways, it goes really sideways, and then how are you
Yes.
gonna get out of that? You need to get out of that. And if you have good obedience and your dog does respect you and listen to you and you have a good relationship, you can probably get out of the situation with everybody still alive.
Yes. Yeah,
My goal.
absolutely.
Everybody stays alive.
Yes. Yeah, same, honestly. I've had a few dogs come through, because I do board and trains,
Mhm. Yes.
that are and I don't do board and trains for pet dogs so much.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
just
Okay.
pure pet.
Okay.
Um,
Or
I board and train Malinois. I board and
okay.
train German Shepherds. I board and train dogs that are doing protection sports or
Mhm.
are retired police dogs. Um, just serious dogs with
Yeah.
serious issues
Yeah.
because that's what makes my heart happy.
Yes.
Not my hands, but my
Very
heart.
rewarding. Yeah.
Um, and it's like, yeah, you gotta have all the management solutions in place, but also be able to trust yourself that you can stop anything
Mhm.
that might happen. And I've had some that just explode out when we go on like assessment walks, or I take them
Mhm.
to not a dog park. I don't do dog parks, but I
Mhm.
take them like out into public where it's
Yes.
like, okay, let me see how you really are without your handler. Let me
Mhm.
see how
Mhm.
you are without mom and dad.
Yeah.
And you can't make a dog that is zeroed in on killing the little doodle across the street. You can't make one of those dogs, come back to you with a cookie and a clicker.
Exactly.
So it's been challenging but good.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a huge growth, like hurdle of growth that I feel a lot of trainers go through at some point
Mhm.
or other.
Mhm.
If they get into these issues, if they get into the
Yeah.
serious dogs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What so with we're going back a little bit because we skipped ahead, but with Azula, you were doing French ring,
Yes.
and then did you go back into IGP or did you
Yes.
you did? So
I did.
did you ever trial in French ring or you
No.
moved over to IGP? Okay.
Yeah, I never trialed in Frenching with her. So she is from IGP pedigree. Her predecessors, a lot of them have their IGP 3 or IPO 3 as it was back then. Um, so her genetics are not cut out for ring.
Mm, mhm,
Her genetics are more defensive. Her genetics are more serious. Ring dogs have to have a lot of prey in them, whereas IGP dogs have to have that balance
mhm, mhm,
of defense and prey. And for her, it was interesting. So I did Frenching for a bit with a previous trainer, and she enjoyed it, but there was there was a stress, there was hecticness to her, right? You could see that she was doing it, she knew it made me happy, but it wasn't really what she enjoyed. And then, um, pardon me, I switched her over and went to a seminar, and as soon as the whip cracked and the sleeve was out, she was like, "I know what this means. Genetically, I know what this is." She's good. She loves it.
um,
Yeah, but she's also grown,
how old is
right?
she now?
She is 3.5.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
She's still young, but she's getting into that nice mature age. And
yeah.
so at what point so you got another Mal after her. How did that come about?
So I am this other Mal's fourth handler.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he's gone through a couple other handlers before me. And he's the light of my life.
Aw.
It was love at first bite. So because I do some decoying as well, I was in the suit, and the his previous owner was like, "Hey, do you want to take a bite from him?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay." He looks insane, but okay. He is very, very well bred. He's from prestigious lineage out of France. He's a Paradis d'Orsay dog. Um, he's an insane maniac. I love it. I got him when he was about 3.5, maybe 4. Shoot, how long ago did I get him? Yeah, he was 4.5. Um,
And the owner was doing sport work with him. Okay.
but
And
then
then they just
rehoming him.
oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
the owner was rehoming him, and I was like, "I'll take him. I love him. He loves me. This is great."
You lucked
And
out.
I
That
did.
dog lucked out.
Yes. Yeah, so I bought him from the previous owner, and, we've continued doing Frenching. We've gone oh, yeah, yeah, we're still doing sport. He loves it, I love it.
Oh, excellent.
Uh, my current Frenching coach lives in Ohio, so we've been
Mm.
down there to train with
Oh, wow.
him. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I do so much traveling now with the dogs. I'm, like, on
I
the
would
road.
that's my next dream.
Yes. It's it's crazy, but it's a lovely lifestyle for me. But yeah, no, he has been this dog, I'm not a good enough handler for him, and I
Mm,
know that.
mhm,
I know that, and it's incredibly humbling to take him out on the field,
mhm,
because he is a hard dog.
mhm.
He's a hard dog. He will not respect you just because you have cookies.
Yeah.
He loves food, but he will respect you if you show proper leadership and you are absolutely fair with
Mm.
correction.
Mhm, uh-huh.
If you give this dog an inch, he will take 10 miles, not
Yeah.
just 1 mile, 10 of them. Um, he actually so he's just had a couple of surgeries.
Mm.
He had testicular cancer earlier this year, so we took a break from
Okay.
training this year.
Yeah.
So he had that, and then he had another tumor on his neck.
Mm.
Um,
Oh, no.
so, but that one, they said was not metastasizing, which is good. So hopefully, once he heals up,
Can get back to it. It must be hard to
yes,
rest him because he must just want to get back.
he's insane right now.
Yeah.
This is the only dog I've ever medicated
Mm.
because if I don't medicate him, he will self harm.
Rest, yeah.
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 Yeah, he's very much go, 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 go.
Yeah.
And because of the routines that we do, so we're training up for his second leg of French Ring 1.
Mm. Mhm.
And then hopefully French Ring 2 and 3 we'll see.
Mm, mhm.
But my coach is like, yeah, this dog can do it.
Yeah.
You got to get better as a handler. I'm like, yes, sir.
Jax was my best dog, but I was not a good enough handler, but he's the dog that taught me so much.
Yes.
And, like, sometimes you get the better dogs that you can get the skills, but I always felt guilty because he deserved such a better handler, but he taught me everything, so that's sometimes just how it goes.
It
I
is
hope I get the chance to watch you guys. I'd like to watch you guys do some French ring. That would be
cute.
so neat.
Yeah, there are a few trials. There are trials in Canada that
Mhm.
happen.
Mhm.
Um, None of them are like live, right?
Mm, mhm.
As us handlers, we're very persnickety about who gets to see our routines. But yeah, if there's ever a trial out in Vancouver and we come out, I'd love to have you there.
In Alberta or something or anywhere out west, I
Yes.
can make the trip.
Yes.
Like,
Um,
so how
no,
did so we're at 6 dogs, I think, not that
yes.
anybody's counting,
Yeah.
but now, because I did have 7 as well. I don't anymore, but I did, so I know what it's like. But you now there's 1 more dog in your life.
There is retired
So how
police
did this
dog.
I started to see it on Instagram, and I'm like, "It's a board and train," and then I'm like, "No, I'm pretty sure it's her dog." So this seems like a neat dog.
He
How did
is oh, I love him so much. I know I say that about all of my dogs, but I do. He is a almost 4-year-old, so his birthday is in January. He's a retired police dog, so he was medically retired because he broke his leg when he was younger,
Mm.
and he has plates and he has
Oh.
screws in his leg. Um, Unfortunately, one of the screws pokes into the muscle, so after a long shift, he would come back, like, limping and not not
Yeah.
in good shape. So, the current staff sergeant decided that, hey, we're going to retire him. And because I have a friend who works on the force and is a new canine handler, so happy for her, um, she was like, hey, I know a trainer who can come in and assess. So I came in to the kennels and I assessed him, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is a nice dog. This is a really nice dog. Sucks about the leg, but he is can PB lines. He's not a pure
Oh, okay.
Mal. He's
Okay.
Mal Dutchy.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
a combo.
he's he's out of California.
Dutchies are tough dogs.
Oh yeah, he is a snuggle bunny.
Aw.
He's a little cinnamon roll. I love him. He's very handler, like he's handler sensitive,
Mhm.
which I like.
Mhm.
He's not like my other Mal,
Mm, mhm.
who is not handler sensitive. Um, and he has the best nose. So he was dual purpose tracking apprehension.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Um, I'm doing scent work with him
Perfect. Yeah, it's a little
currently.
easier on the body, but then he still gets to work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm also giving him the opportunity to do what he really loves, which is to
Mhm.
bite.
Mhm.
So we do a little bit of PSA.
Oh, perfect. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
yeah.
3 sports. Ah.
It's a lot, and just having that many dogs and being so many of them working dogs, like, it is an entire way of life. Like, that is your day. That is your day. It's like feeding, cleaning, exercising, training is your day. Because I was there. I mean, it's great, but it's hard for, like, people get these dogs as a pet, but then they don't understand, like, the lifestyle commitment is the thing.
Even one dog,
Yeah.
even one of these dogs for somebody who's not used to it and who doesn't have the flexibility to have this lifestyle,
Yeah, exactly.
even one of them is sometimes too much.
Yeah.
And so that's the big thing is I know that I'm very lucky to be able to have this life,
Mhm. Me
right?
too. Yeah, I feel so lucky.
Yeah. It's hard, but it's worth it.
Mhm.
And the connection that you build with these dogs. So that was a big thing I had to build with him. So I call him Zuko. That's not his original name. And he he was like, okay, cool. You're just another person on the end of the line.
Mhm.
I know what I'm doing. I know
Yeah.
what to do. I
Yeah.
track. I bite bad guys. I track. That's it. What are you trying to communicate with me for?
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun. And it took some time to really build up a connection,
Mhm. Mhm.
right? It takes time for the dog to, and you can see this with puppies too, I find. They don't look at you in a way where you see that they really value
Mhm.
you and
Mhm.
they're watching you for direction at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
At first, it's just like blank stare. Okay, cool. I know the game. I look at you. You give me a cookie.
Yeah.
Um, but then we started. So I've started doing IGP tracking with him, and it
Mm,
wasn't
mm.
2 feet of snow out there.
Mhm.
And I took him with me to Thunder Bay when I did a Zulus trial.
Mhm.
Um, and we did tracking there, and I started really seeing him seeing me.
Mhm.
And that's really, really nice.
It
So
is.
for him, he came to me like you're talking about your newest rescue. He
Mhm.
came to me very puppy brain.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know what to do in the house. What's
Mhm.
a counter and why do I not go up on the counter? So he's
Yeah.
80 pounds and he's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, that's big.
He's bigger than Chino.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Chino
Yeah.
is huge.
Yeah, he is big. He is big.
Yeah. So Zuko is big and he doesn't mind going up on the table.
That
Why
well,
not?
one of my favorite board and trains is doing police dogs here, like RCMP dogs that don't make it, but they've been puppy raised by puppy raisers, and that's the like I love them because 'cause they're so well socialized, but they go on tables, they go on counters, because 'cause they're just taught, like, you need to go everywhere, and then taking that into a pet dog, but I it's so much fun because they learn quickly,
Yes,
but it's you have to teach them everything about house manners. It's super fun.
it is. Potty training an 80-pound dog.
He wasn't potty trained either?
Gosh, no. Well, I mean,
Just, like, he was in a kennel then, I'm
he
guessing,
was
when
in
he
a
was
kennel.
yeah,
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 yeah, he was in a kennel with his handler, so they had a nice setup for him in the back. Um, so he just didn't know,
yeah, oh, that's funny.
I don't poop on the floor. I don't pee on the nice bookshelf with books.
Oh my goodness, it's always interesting bringing a new dog in, like, when you say about the connection, like, Remy was the hardest dog for me to bond with, because my other dogs I bonded with, but I didn't think we were ever gonna bond, to be honest. I'm like, "He just doesn't care about me," and maybe it was when we started doing, like, detection work. Now he's very, very bonded to me. He's very bonded, but I didn't think it was gonna happen. Like, he was
Really?
very aloof. He was very aloof, and then, um but he has now, like, I feel very confident. He wants to be with me all the time, like, he's very bonded now, but it definitely took a while. But it's kind of neat when you have to work for it.
Yes, absolutely. And it's funny you say that, um, doing the detection work with him is
Mm,
what helped him bond with you. I
mm.
think that's what helped with Zuko as well,
Yeah,
is like me giving him access to what he finds valuable and
yes.
then understanding the access comes from me,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we do right now he's imprinted on clove oil, so I'm very happy and I do little hides, like I've got my little containers and everything. I do hides around the house.
Yeah.
And we did that last night. Not last night, we did it in the afternoon.
Mhm.
And after that, he's just this marshmallow. He came up and put his I think you saw the photo on Instagram where he has his big snoot on my leg and I'm crocheting.
Maybe,
And yeah, and it's like, yep, that's a happy dog.
yes, yeah. That's so nice. So you've got your 7. Are we gonna call it at 7 probably? No?
I hope to call it at 7, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I've got so my rescues, 2 of them are seniors. 2 of the rescues are seniors. Once I retire my French ring dog,
Yes.
I'm going to get a puppy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I've got a couple of breeders lined up, so I'm set. Not that I'm rushing things. He's the most frustrating dog I've worked with, but I still want to get places
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, hopefully, you know, timing and everything works out and we'll see what life throws at me. I don't want a number 8.
Yeah. Yeah, it just becomes I don't know, for me, it was like I can't give each dog enough because there's only one of me to go around, so then it starts to
Yes,
become an issue.
yes, that's the
So
big thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Because you can only have so many hours in the day, and then that's why I
It's
have
true.
to stop.
Yeah. I'm very lucky that my husband
Yes,
also participates. That's a big thing.
that
I
is
wouldn't yeah, I wouldn't be able to have
help. I wish you guys lived a little closer,
oh my gosh, yes.
'cause then we could
Same.
together.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, then we could like I go hard on the sports.
yeah,
So that's what for me, that's one thing I'm really looking for is training partners who
yes.
are just as nuts as I am.
It's hard to find and it's hard to get somebody even sometimes you find somebody, but then it's like your schedules are different or it's
Yes.
just it is difficult to get somebody that you can really go out with all the
Yeah,
time.
absolutely.
Then sometimes you get somebody and then they move away and then you're like, "Oh, I gotta start again from scratch." And then people just lives happen and they get busy and things change, so it's very difficult. I've had great training partners, like, over the years, but it's just something that's always changing. It never really stays the same because people's lives just change.
Yep. Same. Absolutely. I've had some amazing training partners over the years as well, but a dog retires. So,
Exactly,
oh, hey, they're no longer doing the sport until they
exactly.
get a puppy at some point, or their shifts change at work, schedules change. And I'm like, "Oh, but I'm
Yeah,
still here. My
I know,
dogs are still here."
I know, and it's like those training relationships are some of the best friends that I've had, like, it's such that's a whole 'nother journey, but is you just get such amazing friendships from having training partners.
There's 2 sides to that coin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep, in sport, there
Yeah,
absolutely is.
yeah. Oh, yeah, well, we're 2 days away from Christmas, so I appreciate you making time to come on and talk during the holidays, and
Likewise.
I guess, are there any, like, parting words you wanna leave with somebody? Maybe somebody who, like, they have that high drive dog, maybe it was a little too much for them, but they wanna transition like us, they wanna become that sport handler. What advice would you give them?
Stop looking at social media.
Mhm.
The only competition that matters is
Yeah,
yourself.
100%. I couldn't agree more with that.
So on social media, you're gonna see so many reels of people doing fancy stuff,
Yeah.
but if you are motivated, goal-oriented, then you need to focus on how to get better every
Mhm.
day,
Yeah.
not on what anybody else is doing or saying,
Yeah,
but on how you and your dog can
exactly. And everybody's individual and different, so it's just about being better than yourself. It's like I compare it very much to, like, any kind of athletics. It's like you're just doing the you wanna get better every day. You can't really compare yourself to anybody else. And the thing about social that is such a dangerous rabbit hole to go down is people aren't posting their failures and their entire journey to get there. They're just posting their, like, highlights, and then that can get very depressing if that's what you're watching over and over again and then comparing yourself.
find a lot of new handlers do watch that,
Yeah.
and then they rush.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
Because everybody wants that final goal, but there's a whole bunch of foundation that goes into it before then.
yes, and if you're looking at competitors that have been in this for 20 plus years,
Mhm.
you're going to see them titling their dogs at 2 years old for
Mhm.
sure with
Yeah.
top scores, but
Yeah.
you don't see how many dogs came before that, how long it took them to find the right type of dog for them that works with their system. And it's like, yeah, no shit, this person has 90s in their scores with a 2-year-old dog. Why does that make you feel bad with your first dog?
Exactly.
Right? You get out on the trial field, you have gone further than 90% of people in
Yeah. Oh,
sports.
exactly.
Just getting out on the trial field is already a huge accomplishment.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
I mean, you never wanna rush a dog and have a bad experience, but having had some of my sport dogs die while we were still competing, it's like I don't wanna make myself cry here, but it's like, go out and who cares if it doesn't look perfect? My BH did not look perfect, but you know what? If something happened to my dog, I'd be like, "I did it." Instead of waiting till it's perfect, and now your dog's 7 and something happens and now you never got the chance. So I say, get out there, look like a fool, and do your best, and you're gonna learn from it. Now, of
Yes.
course, like, you don't wanna rush the dog to the point where you're just not ready and it's gonna be stressful, but it doesn't have to be perfect the first time.
Yes.
It doesn't. It's like, who cares? Just go
Ever
and
everything breaks down on the field.
Yeah,
Everything breaks down on the field. It's a new field. You're nervous as heck. There's people
I'm just
yeah.
happy my dog doesn't have diarrhea on the field because
Yeah,
like, yes.
it's happened.
Yeah, I mean, it
I've
happens
heard
to people.
stories.
It happens to people. So I'm like, if I just don't have diarrhea out there, I'm like, yeah. And like neither of us had diarrhea. Yay.
Well, that seminar I went to, um, the like, the trainer and the judge, because he judged the trial that came before that, I was so freaking nervous. He laid the track for Azula, the first track for Azula, just to
Yeah.
assess, right? He
Yeah.
laid tracks for all the dogs to assess them. And I had been working so hard on her tracking. She goes out there, sniff, sniff. He's on the track. And I'm like, "I swear I trained."
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But
Become sound.
if I had never gone there, if I had never
Well,
taken that opportunity,
exactly.
I wouldn't know what I know now, right? We wouldn't have those memories.
Exactly. That's the thing, it's just the memories. Like, everything
Yes.
I've done with my dogs, it's great memories. Looking back,
Yes.
like, if anything, I wish I'd done more, but you'll never wish, "Oh, I wish I'd done less." Like, never.
Yes.
So
Never.
just do it. Do it
Yes.
all.
Yep. Just show up and see what happens.
Exactly. Oh,
This was
wonderful.
really awesome.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you so
so
much.
much for having me.
Yes, and I can't wait to see where 2026 takes you.
Yes, likewise, likewise. And maybe we will go to each other's trails at some
I
point.
sure hope so. I hope so. Thank you so much.
Yes, have
Okay,
a happy Christmas.
you too.
Thank you.